If you ever feel like you're on the Price is Right when pricing your web design proposals, just trying to guess the highest number that they'll say yes to without going over, I've got just the thing for you. Go to webdesigneracademy.com/proposal to get a free training where I break down the 5 subtle proposal mistakes even experienced web designers make that have them leaving literally thousands of dollars on the table, and find out what to do differently so that you can charge 2 to 3 times more for work you're already doing. To get your hands on that free training, just go to webdesigneracademy.com/proposal, enter your name and email address, and I'll send you all the details. That's webdesigneracademy.com/proposal. Most web designers are pricing their services based on their time, their costs, or what they think the market will bear. And if that's, you are probably leaving a lot of money on the table. This is a clip from a podcast interview I did with Sarah Noel Block, host of the Tiny Marketing Podcast, that just went live a couple of days ago. We did a solo episode with each other that we're both sharing on our podcast, and I got to share our package matrix framework with her audience and break down exactly why cost-based pricing keeps you hustling and stuck and what to do instead. And Sarah also breaks down her lead waterfall strategy for filling your client pipeline without cold outreach, and the lead generation strategy she used to close $97,000 in projects in 30 days. So here is a clip from our episode. And after you listen, go check out the full episode number 193 to get all of the details on Sarah's lead waterfall strategy.
You are speaking on pricing strategies for my community. And if you're listening to this right now, we are sharing this event publicly. So while it is in my community, it's open to the public. So you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah. So one of the things that we see service providers do is price based on time and deliverables. And so they're like, this is the package of services that I provide, whether it's consulting, like creative services, professional services, who knows, whatever thing that you're doing where you have a process and you're, implementing it for someone or leading them through it. And we typically see them use what I call a cost-based pricing model. So they're looking at like, here's how long I've been doing it. Here are all the skills I have. Here are all the things that are included in this. And here's how long it takes me. And also I'm looking at what other people are charging for this. And I'm coming up with a price based on all of these factors that are all about me and how I view the value of my skills and what I do and the complexity of the service and all of those things. And then they put a price on it, and then they have consultations with clients and they do proposals, and they spend a lot of time trying to justify their value, prove their worth, convince the client that they're the expert and they're good enough to charge this much. A lot of times what happens is they're like, I don't feel like an expert. I don't feel like I'm good enough to charge that much. I don't think I have a good enough portfolio to prove. And so they undercharge, and then they end up over delivering and hating their life and feeling super resentful and burnt out because they get to the end of a project or an engagement or whatever container of working with the client, and they're like, I should have charged 3 times more, and this is not worth it. And maybe I'm not cut out for this life and whatever.
I've seen that so many times in my communities. People are posting anonymously, why do I do what I do? This isn't worth it. I'm exhausting myself all the time for a fraction of what I was making in-house. And that is what it comes down to, is the pricing is all wrong. And the packaging, because you end up over-delivering or allowing scope creep.
Yeah. And then they think people won't pay more for this. So they're just like, I don't know people who will pay more for this. My clients won't pay. I don't know. How could I charge more? Everybody else is charging this. So they feel really stuck. Our package matrix strategy shifts them out of putting the value and all of the focus on them and their skills and the market in this. And it's a framework and a model to help you apply value-based pricing to your services, which is the only pricing model that works if you're providing a service is value-based pricing versus cost-based pricing, which is what most people do. And that shifts the entire conversation, proposal, pricing discussion value to the value of the outcomes that the client can create as a result of working with you. And also, what I'm going to be sharing in detail with your community is our package matrix framework, which is a way of doing a proposal that uses behavioral economics, sales psychology, and psychological safety to raise your prices significantly while offering the same deliverable, same service that you are now, and teaching you an entirely new way to think about money, value, offers, and how you package and price and position and sell your services, how you talk about them to your clients, so that you don't have to overhaul your whole entire business model and redo everything, which is, I see so many people do this. And I'm just like, please don't. If you just change these things about how you're selling, you could just keep offering the services that you love to do and get paid 2 to 3 times more. What would that look like for you? Or on the flip side, do less and not charge the same, but do less. Your choice. And yeah, so that's what I'm going to be sharing. I'm going to be diving deep into that framework, how it works, why it works, and just some fun examples from some of our students over the years who have implemented it, different use cases. I've got a ballroom dance studio that uses it, a perfumery, business coaches, web designers, copywriters, all of that stuff. So I am so passionate about not leaving corporate to go make less money and work twice as hard. So passionate about that. So that's what I'm excited to bring to your audience.
Hey, so before you go, if you're an experienced woman web designer who's outgrown all the beginner business growth strategies and you're looking for real support to help you make the money that you really want to be making, I'd love for you to come and check out the Web Designer Academy and see how we do things differently. Just go to webdesigneracademy.com/tour and fill out the form to schedule your program tour. You'll get to sit in on one of our live group coaching calls, meet the other women inside of the program, and afterwards, I'll share options for working together in 2026. So if you're done figuring it all out on your own and you're looking for support, I can't wait to meet you. Schedule your program tour today at webdesigneracademy.com/tour. That's webdesigneracademy.com/TOUR tour.
This podcast is part of the Sound Advice FM network. Sound Advice FM, women's voices amplified.